We are live. Can they hear me? What's going on, Taz? How are we tonight? Close the door, maybe. Bit loud, yelling down the house.
Okay, can people hear me now? Oh yeah. Yep, they can. Beautiful. Okay. Bueno, my friend.
Well done.
Bueno.
Say, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, my friend. Merry Christmas. Happy
Merry
Hanukkah.
Christmas.
Mazel
What
tov.
you?
Whatever.
Am I screaming the house down in my Taz? Am I a bit loud?
Oh, jeez, mate. Bloody can't make some people happy, can you?
What'd you get up to on the holidays?
Oh, mate, what didn't I get up to? Actually, I so end of 2021 sucked. Just, I guess, for anyone listening, um, unfortunately, my good self got the Rona, so it was a pretty crap end to 2021. I think it summed
At
up.
least you got it. At least you got it before your holidays, I suppose. A lot of
Correct,
people I know have got it during their holidays.
correct. So I was lucky I got it before my holidays, and it wasn't too bad. I mean, I'm lucky I'm double vaxxed, and it's pretty
Yeah.
mild what I copped, and just out for about 2 weeks, and took the doctor's advice, didn't go to work, didn't do anything. And a massive shout out to my employer, for
Yep.
the fact that they were amazing. Like, I didn't have to take annual leave. They just like, you come back when the doctor says you're allowed to come back, and I'm like, okay, and I did. So they were really good in how they managed that, and then the last 2 weeks were just stupid busy. So sorry everyone, we weren't streaming for the last 2 weeks of the year, which we were hoping to do so, but I think even we missed the Black Friday deals. Um,
Yep. Yep.
we just life unfortunately happened.
Yep. And I got the Christmas rush with work, so I was working pretty much every day. I think I had probably two days off over December before the break. I think we finished
Jeez,
up on the 23rd.
jeez, mate, that's insane. That's.
Yeah, then we got 3 weeks off, which was good.
Oh, so the boss gave you guys an extra week, did he?
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, I think so. Yeah, it felt like it.
Oh, that's all right, mate. Because you were going to go away, but you ended up kiboshing it, didn't you?
Yeah, well, I think we were talking about going to Queensland, but then we decided we'll go a bit later, which is probably good
Don't want
considering everything.
yeah, yeah. You don't want to get stuck there, and they're
No,
going. To be honest, I think turn myself up a little. Okay, I can do that, Taz. Bear with me for a
you
sec.
say up or on?
Up. No. Can you hear me a little bit better now, Taz? Because I'll also turn that up. Let us know how you go, mate. Because I can see myself here on the feedback, and it's green. You know what? I'll just turn it right up. Let's go. All right. So, and I'll turn it up a bit too on my end. Um. That's better. There you go. All right. Cool. So that was a bit of a disappointing end. Wow, it pretty much summed up 2021, didn't it? Which really sucked dick. Uh, it did. There was no other way to put it. It was a shit year, realistically. So, but yeah, then went and 2022 started a little bit better. I've had 2 weeks off. I had a couple of days to myself this week, so that was good. Molly went to holiday program. We went go karting on Monday for the first time. We went go karting and wasn't a fan driving with Dad, but when he got in his own go kart, loved it. Absolutely went
Where'd you go?
Le Mans in
Oh,
Denmark. So
nice.
yeah,
What carts did you take him on the drift carts at all?
no, I didn't. I took him on the twin,
Yep.
and may got a little bit competitive. May have driven a little bit quick, and he's like, Dad, yeah, I wasn't a fan of that. And I'm like, well, yeah. I'm like, don't worry, mate. You'll like driving on your own, though. And he got out of that and was like, yeah, not coming on the cart with you again, old fella. You're crazy. We got bumped a couple of times, and I'm like, oh, really? And the thing was, the people who were going slow, actually spun out quite a number of times. We didn't spin out once. And he
Oh,
said
really?
to me at the end of the ride, he goes, Dad, I promised myself if you did not spin out once, I will listen to you to whatever you tell me to do for the next 24 hours.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
how good's that? Didn't spin out. But,
I, I've spun out once when I come around, like when you come around that last corner when you come back up towards the pits. Unless you
yep, yep.
come around it a bit too hot and come around a bit sideways, and then as soon as it hit that I think it was the red and white lines on the side, it just spun it straight around.
Oh, wow. Yeah, yeah, because there's no grip there. And then
Yeah.
the cart gets half power for a couple of seconds as well or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, come on, catch up.
I was like, come on. But yeah, so went to Yarrawonga for 2 days, so that was good fun.
What did you do up there? Did you go like water skiing or anything, or fishing, or
No, no.
just drank piss and sat by the lake, swimming in the lake?
Yeah, oh, there may have been a night where it really, I had a red hot crack. Half a bottle of scotch did get consumed, and I was right on the ragged edge. Like,
is that when you posted the photo? Was it on?
yeah,
on
yeah,
Facebook?
yeah. That was it. That was the result of the photo. The photo was the result of the whiskey.
And
everyone's like, cool fence, man, cool fence, really nice fence. And I'm like,
it was a bit blurry too, so it must have been the same state as your eyesight at the time.
oh yeah,
with glasses on, I bet.
Yeah, it was not good. It was not good. My nephew does have a boat, and we almost actually it's Taz's cousin Luke. He does have a boat, but we didn't go anywhere. We went out for half an hour, and the kids weren't overly interested. I think they were like Gabe was a bit, like, oh yeah, whatever. He got over it very quickly. He wasn't a fan of it, I think, because it got a bit choppy.
Oh, okay.
We went out, and he said, "Bloody hell! This morning it was just flat as because it was like glass, and look at it this afternoon, it's rough as." So, it's right on Lake Moala there. So
was it windy, or was it more just like a lot of other boats just turning up the water?
no, just a little bit of wind.
Yep.
Not a lot, but enough to sort of get it a bit choppy. And and there was a lot of jet skis out there. Quite a few, actually, a lot of jet skis, and not as many boats, but still, yeah. So it was good. It was nice, beautiful weather. Thankfully, had air conditioning.
Yes.
We even went to Benalla one day. Him and I went to Glenrowan, saw Ned Kelly and all that. Went to, and then was quite happy to discover that Glenrowan is where De Bordelis is as well, the wine. And my wife, let me tell you, her eyes lit up. She was happy as Larry. She went, "Oh, I'll have a couple of those and a couple of those." So, yeah. So we actually didn't go too crazy, but my nephew's actually going back up there this week. Luke's going up there this weekend, and I said, "Hey, grab some wine, mate. I think your auntie's a bit keen on that wine that she drank that night." So, yeah. So it was good fun, mate. What about your good self? What did you get up to?
Well, I think Christmas Day we spent at the in-laws, and the girls got new rollerblades, and Addie got an electric scooter, and I may have got some rollerblades myself. So we were riding up and down the street on them. Did
you get that scooter from Aldi?
No, I got it from I got it from Catch of the Day. It's a Razor scooter.
Yep.
Yeah.
And did you say an electric one though?
Yeah, it is electric one. Yeah, electric Razor scooter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I can't remember. It's like an E90 or something. It's a kid's one. It's made for 8 and up, even though she's 6, so she's a bit little. She doesn't quite like riding it by herself, but I try and ride it with her, but it's just no good going up hills with both of us on it. So.
No, I would imagine it's not built for two, but...
No, but we got it sorted now, though. She can steer it and pull the accelerator, and I just got to put my rollerblades on and just sort of help her balance it.
Yeah. Well, interesting enough, my nephew actually, while we were up there, we went to Aldi's.
Yep.
And they had one for a Segway for $4.99.
Oh,
like a Segway scooter.
I know the ones. Yeah, because I was looking at them because I think because the other one wants one now too. I think so. I'm looking at them because you get them at JB Hi-Fi and that. Yeah.
So yeah, they were on special at $4.99. So he went and grabbed one, charged it up, loved it. He was like, "Oh, it's great. Yes, I can just pop to the shop. I don't have to get in the car and lose my car spot. Brilliant."
Yeah. But then what are you gonna do? You gotta walk around the shop with it.
Well, that's actually interesting. What do you do? I'm sure you can lock it.
Yeah.
You mustn't be able to ride it without. I think it must come with a key or something.
Okay.
So it's no good to anyone just taking it because if you don't have the key, it won't start.
Yep.
I won't go anywhere. But yeah. But sorry, you were saying so you
Yeah, we did
scootering
that.
and
Yeah, scooter and that. That's then did a bit of Boxing Day shopping. Got some new clothes and got some new linen and stuff, some new towels and sheets and that for the bed. So that was good. Huh? No, no PC stuff. Might have picked up some fishing gear as well because we ended up going down the. What day? I can't remember what day it was. We did a lot of day trips out and about. And, we stayed down in Phillip Island for a night. We were had friends that their parents have a holiday house down there, so we stayed down there with them for one night. Quite nice down there. Did a spot of fishing and then went down to Gunnamatta down there as well. The girls looked at the rock pools. Well, dad fished off the beach and caught nothing. No good there. Then did another day trip down to Wonthaggi and that went to the old coal mine. That's quite interesting down there. A lot of fun down there.
Yeah,
Checking out.
history. Yeah, there's a bit of history there in Wonthaggi. Like if you're interested in that sort of stuff, and it's not obviously as extensive as Ballarat, but
Yeah.
still, it amazes you what they used to do in country Victoria.
Yeah, I know.
Back
So
in the day.
now we got to get the bikes out and thinking about taking the bikes down there and doing the trail.
Cool. Yeah, no. Well, yeah, my parents for Orthodox Christmas got Gabe a new BMX, and he's like, Dad, can I take my bike to Baba Diddler's house and bring that one home? And I'm like, really? And he's like, because he's like a mountain bike with speeds and gears, and
Yeah.
wants his BMX.
Yeah.
Like, okay. So, well, next time we go up there, we'll take your one and you can swap it. Because every time he goes over there, my dad will take him bike riding, and like he loves it. Like,
Yeah, that's good.
It's good sort of bonding with dad, and he loves it. Like otherwise, he just gets bored there, and because there's no kids or anything to
Yeah.
do anything with. So
Well, if he brings it down, we have to come down to Casey Fields. We've got a nice BMX track down there.
yeah, not a daredevil. Funnily enough, yeah, he. Well, in Wonthaggi there was a bit of a BMX track. May not have ended well. Is what his mother and my nephew's wife told me. Was it
Yeah.
did not end well, ended with lots of tears and complete meltdowns. And
Yes.
so, I tend to not take him anywhere near BMX tracks because it just does not end well.
Well, if he's not keen on that, they got like a I think it's a 4 kilometer like a where they do the solar cars. They got like a little track that goes around the oh Bush, how are we?
Hey, Bush, how you going, mate?
Yeah, they got like a little track that goes around the BMX track. That's like where they race the solar powered sort of bikes, which is pretty nice in there. But I put the trailer on the bike one time and took the girls over the jumps, but it was nice and slow. But that was a bit interesting.
Hey, that would have been.
A bit of hard work going up over the hill.
It's all right. Bush is just saying. I remembered I owe you a PC case. No, mate, that's all right. I've been slack too, mate. If you want to come down on the weekend, mate, up to sunny Frankston, you're welcome to. If it's easier, Bush, for us to come, for me to come pick it up, let me know, or and I'll come pick it up maybe on the weekend or something. But yeah, it's all good, brother. We appreciate the support. So we will have to, in light of some generosity from young Bush, actually try and see if we can put a build in that and go from there. So all fun and games with the kids.
Speaking of Bush, yeah, the Bush and Tab. How's the new places going, boys? I know they're living in the city now. Both of them are. Well, I think Bush was always in the city, and Taz is a bit closer to the city.
Yeah, he's in Burt. I think Taz is. Yeah, I think he's in somewhere in Burnley or something. Last time I heard. So yeah, so I think he's just waiting for his house to be built.
Yep, that's good.
So
I drove down those streets the other on the weekend. Me and the girls went for a bit of a drive.
Oh, where did you go?
I just down into to the where all the new blocks of land are at the back of the estate.
Oh,
where Taz is building his house.
Yep. Looking nice.
Yeah, no, it does. Looks very dirty.
Yeah, I'd imagine. Yeah, so the first people to build there will have some nice dusty houses. I think for a years. But oh, really, Bush?
When is the F1 this year? Because
March, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, usually it is in March. Because I think Benry's in town on March the 12th. So I think we're going to organise a ECA catch up on March the 12th. There is a place in Richmond, but I always know that the F1's around that time. Better let's have a look.
Yeah, look it up. Make sure you have 2 minutes spacing between everyone. Mate, by the time that comes around, I reckon we'll all be wearing hazmat suits for
that's April this year. Thursday, 7th of April.
That's interesting. That's not good weather. That's going to be wet. That's going to be an interesting Grand Prix. I've got a mate of mine who actually said he wants to go this year, and I said, I'll go. But yeah, not sure about that. What's Bush saying? Well, you're already immune, Bob. No, mate. You can catch it again. Don't let that fool you. Just ask Novak Djokovic. Apparently, he's had it twice in like 12 months. Hey.
But apparently, you don't have to test yourself or something because it can come up like a false positive or something.
No, it's only within I think like two weeks afterwards or something. They don't recommend testing yourself because it can be a false positive.
Yeah.
But I know when I finish my ISO, like they literally just send you a text and say, on day 10, you're allowed out of your house. This is the day. That's it. Yep. Like you don't have to retest. You don't have, because exactly that gives you a false positive. Because by that stage, you're not, I think the idea is you're not contagious. You can't spread it. But yeah, it's but it was everything. But it's interesting because the fact is that, you know, sort of everyone has different symptoms. Like, so the way we got it was we went out for lunch and it was my dad's name day. And Amelia was like, I'm really worried. Like the numbers on that side of town are really high. And I said, no, we're not doing anything wrong. We're all double vaxxed. We're all going to be masked. Don't worry about it. Famous last words. Lo and behold, like, of course, you know, what do they say? Just because you're paranoid doesn't mean, you know, you're wrong. So anyway, sure enough, Amelia. So my mum rang me and said, oh, your brother's tested positive. And we're like, oh, and then Gabe's like, the next day was like, I'm not feeling well. And we're like, okay. So, oh, no, Gabe was already not feeling well. So he had already been tested. And Amelia's like, no, it's taking too long for these results to come back. I think he's positive. Because this was before the mad rush we've got it on at the moment. Yep. And sure enough, he's come back. And she literally, I think I was playing a game. And she's like, look, I'm like, oh, shit. And sure enough, like by the Tuesday, I felt like crap.
Yep.
Funnily enough, only the men got it. Me, my dad, my brother, and Gabe.
I've heard the same thing. Yeah, like some people have had it like in their house, and only one person's got it, and the four other people in the house haven't caught it.
Yeah, and you know what? It was worse for my wife than it was for us because she had to test until the final day before she could come out of ISO. So she was doing rat tests at home because she couldn't go to work, right, while she was in ISO, and she kept coming up negative. And then she went and got her final PCR test and come back and she's like, I can't believe it, I haven't got it. And she came out. So
and it would have had to do it longer, was it? Because she would have done it while you were isolated. Then once yours finished, she had to do it for another 14 days after that. Is that right?
No. So it's from when the last person comes positive. So I think it was the day before I was out of ISO. She went and got tested, and it was like negative, and she was like, okay. And I said, yeah. And at work, they had her in PPE gear and ice, and they rapid tested her at work as well, and every time she came up negative. But then, you know, my father-in-law caught it, and my father-in-law's workers caught it, and he didn't. Yep. And he was the oldest by 50 years. Genetics, man.
Yep.
just don't know. But speaking of holidays, what about any holiday goodies, mate? Did you buy any tech from the holidays?
I don't think I did. I thought I got rid of a few parts.
Oh, did you manage to move some of those coolers off and stuff like that?
Yeah. I still got the cooler. I still got I still got something else. What is it? Like I got rid of some DDR3 RAM. I got rid of a power supply. I got rid of a motherboard. What else did I get rid of? I got rid of some old car wheels. Got rid of them.
Oh, that's all right. So it's raising a bit of money there, just getting rid of stuff you're not using.
Taz put a video of someone was cleaning out an old PC.
I watched it. I watched
Yeah,
it.
I watched it too.
And I'm like, wow, that's damn dusty. And I'm like, I would have just almost just dumped it in a bucket of water and let it soak, bring it out and dry it, and then blow everything out and stuff.
I looked at it. I looked at the end. I'm like, where's the multi-purpose spray? Where's the Tech Yes Lovin'?
Yeah, I'm like, you're doing it wrong. But yeah, but so you got rid of stuff? Yeah, no.
Yep, got rid of some parts.
Yeah, I didn't quite do that. So I've got my gaming PC, which is had the 10900K, and I think I spoke about it in a previous show. The problem is I've got a Z590 board.
Yeah.
But the problem is if you've got a 10th gen chip in there, you can only use 2 of the slots. So the NVMe slots on the motherboard, even though it comes with 3. So it irritated me to the point because I was running out of space for some of the games. So I'm like, I really want to use the 3rd slot. So I got my refund from MSY for my previous mouse that I paid $85 for, and I got $129 back because it was faulty. And so I took it back, and the invoice just said cash sale on it. So yay for me.
Yeah.
And then I used that towards the 11700K.
Yep.
And I have to admit, I'm a little bit impressed. Actually, I'm not a little. I'm actually really impressed. Like, I think it runs really well. Like
11700K is that a i9 or is that an i7?
No, it's an i7.
Yeah.
Because remember, the 11th gen was 8 cores.
Yep.
8 cores, 16 threads. But the i9 was also 8 cores and 16 threads.
It wasn't worth going.
It, like, everyone was going, well, stick with the 11700K, because the only thing that 11900K gave you, I think, was a bit of like 200 megahertz worth of boost more. And I've got that running at 5 on all cores, and on 3 my Corsair 280 mil all-in-one cooler, and it's brilliant. Like, I'm really surprised at how much I just feel it runs much, much, much smoother than what even the 10900K did. So, like, playing games just feels a bit snappier. So I don't know whether benchmark wise, I think they're about the same. I know a lot of research I did before I bit the bullet was that gaming wise they weren't going to be any different, and I'm not video editing on that machine anyway. But yeah, I'm really so ended up. I think it only cost me like $390 out of pocket in the end. So I've got obviously the spare parts I've got. I did manage to pick up. So I've got the 107. So anyone listening, if you're looking for an upgrade, come talk to us, because I've happy to do a great mates rates deal on the 10900K, which is only 6 months old, and it's sat under an all-in-one cooler, so it's been very cool and chilled. It hasn't, it's had a very easy life because it's been gaming, hasn't done video editing. And I've got I've got a brand new Z590 board, Aorus Master, and let me tell you, that's actually a very good board. When you compare what you get with that board versus if you look at something like an Asus or an ASRock board, the Gigabyte ones are just Gigabyte at the moment are doing a really good job of their motherboards. Yep. In the past, they've had some issues, but at the moment, I feel like I've had an X570 Master on the AMD platform. Cannot speak highly enough of it. Cannot speak highly enough of it. I got the ASRock Strix board. It wasn't the Dark Hero. No, it was the Hero. But not the Dark Hero one. It's got 2 NVMe slots. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, this is a premium board. Like, you guys I was genuinely surprised it had less features than the X570.
Yep.
And not impressed with that at all. So if anyone's interested, we've got a case coming. And I've all it would need really is some RAM, power supply, and storage.
Yep.
That's it. And we would obviously, which is very kindly donated that to the All Decked Out / Flippin' Spuds channel. So if anyone
Thanks,
wants one, really appreciate that, mate. Really, really nice thing to do. Didn't have to do that, but thank you very much. So yeah, happy to. I've got a mouse and keyboard. I've got I've got a G502 mouse, which has had a bit of wear in it, but it's a really good gaming mouse. And we could throw in a keyboard there as well, depending on if anyone wants it. But you're looking at about the only thing that's going to cost people money is the GPUs, but
yeah,
it'll be interesting. I did reinstall Windows 11. I did install Windows 11. Remember, in the last year I was a bit
yeah,
not sure, and I tried it on the AMD system. And I went, it seems like. Let me tell you, I'm very impressed, very happy with that system. Very, very happy. I'm very impressed with that system. So I can't wait. So the next thing is the 5950X will need to have that done. I've already got Windows 11 on that. It'll just be deleting everything else off the other drives and then just reinstalling some video editing software because I don't need any games on that.
Yep.
The games that I'm going to play are already on the Intel system, and what I've done is I've separated the drives and named them about. So each launcher almost has its own NVMe drive. So Ubisoft. So on one, I think I've got Ubisoft, Rockstar, and Epic.
Yeah.
Another one I've got
we got about two games for each launcher, and then I bet you the Xbox Game Pass has got its own one.
Yeah, that's right. And then then you add on to that Steam.
Yeah.
And which we'll we'll talk about in a minute. I bought Gabe a G920 Logitech steering wheel and pedals with a wheel.
Yes.
So he's played a bit of computer games. He hasn't played much on it. He was playing, what was it, Forza? Project Cars 2, and he found it a little bit difficult.
Yeah.
But I had a crack at.
How much does that set you back, if you don't mind me asking?
The steering wheel was $500.
Yeah.
And the stand was $350 from memory. And yeah, but like literally, I just slide it under my desk, and then I've got my chair here, and then the only problem you've got is if you've got a chair, like if you've got your chair on carpet, you'll be sweet. If you've got your chair on floorboards, though, you're in trouble because it'll slide. Like when you hit the brakes, you'll slide back.
Yeah.
So that's done. Now there is the next version of that particular stand, which actually has a lip at the bottom of it, and I'm spewing. I thought I was buying that one because I would have bought that one. It's too late now.
Yeah.
But to buy that one because what happened was it actually had a lip where you put your front wheels of your chair in. It can't go anywhere. So unless you're gonna, so when you brake, it's holding it in place. So I'm really impressed. Like the steering wheel's really good. Like the feedback on it, like shakes and shudders, and mate, if you're into your car racing, it is freaking awesome. That steering wheel, I cannot recommend it enough.
I thought it'd be good for the girls because I've always wanted to take them go karting, but they've always been too scared. Or so it would be good to get them used to the steering and the.
Yeah, well, I took Gabe to General Republic before Christmas, and he was really enjoying the game that he was playing. So I've just got to find him something that's a bit more, I think, arcadey.
Yep.
Rather than like realistic race sim. So
So I think on the Xbox Game Pass, you got the EA Play on there as well. And I think they got like all the Need for Speed games on there, so that might be a bit more.
oh, that's a good idea. Yes, that might be more his cup of tea.
Yeah,
you're right. Actually, I might do that. I might get him the Need for Speed. I think I've got Need for Speed 2.
Yeah, well, I think Heat's on there because I've got Heat on mine. I think I got on the PlayStation as well from the EA Pass. All right, Taz. Good night.
Night, mate. Sweet dreams.
Thanks for dropping by.
Yeah, thanks for coming, mate. We really appreciate you. Thanks for watching. Really, really awesome. And anyone else that's watching, hey, get in chat. Say good day. I know Bush is there. I know Taz is there. And obviously, the third one will be Will. But I'm showing 5 viewers, so I'm not sure who the others are. So welcome on board, everyone. Like I said, feel free to pop in and say good day.
Go in. There's Anytoe. There's Audi Sia. They're in chat. Streamlabs is in chat.
Streamlabs.
So welcome Anytoe and Audi CIA. And the other 3, me, Bush, and Taz.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Like to chill and listen. Yeah, no, fair enough. If you that's cool too. I did get a green screen. I actually went to Comic-Con in the city last minute decision. Yeah, it was last minute decision. My next door neighbor actually, who's the artist.
Yeah.
Took his comics there and said, "Oh yeah, you go." I'm like, "Oh, I'll pop around and I'll see you. I'll say good day." And so I went there.
Did you take Gabe with you or?
No, I did. I really thought about it, but I wasn't sure what it was like. And I thought, oh, next time I will.
Yeah.
Because it was actually not that packed. It was actually, the numbers were pretty, I think it was just after sort of lockdown had finished. And I think people were still pretty weary of going in the city and stuff. And it was very small. Like I've seen it a lot bigger than that. Not a lot of international guests. Like I don't think they had any international guests or anything. I think they had a couple. So it wasn't the type of event I think that would have driven. But yeah, there were still cosplayers there and some cool looking costumes like people as Transformers and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, Star Wars is big always at those things. So yeah, I enjoyed that, and I grabbed myself a fairly cheap green screen, which I put it on the chair and figured. Now I don't know whether the issue is possibly Zoom, because what happens is, or my camera. I think, to be honest, I think it's my camera because I'm too far away from it, so the green screens comes up from the headrest and it comes around, but and it slots on the top. But then when I say to Zoom, I've got a green screen, it doesn't recognize
it
changes
cover the whole screen.
No, that's the problem. So I'm like, oh.
What sort of camera do you have?
I've got a Razer Kyo, whatever you want to call it, which I love. That's a great camera. But Amelia's got a digital camera which she never uses. So I might actually do it tomorrow. If Gabe gets caught up doing something like playing with one of his mates online or something, I might actually get that camera out because it's a Nikon D. Yeah, it's a Nikon D90, but she doesn't use it. Like she really doesn't use it. Like it collects dust, and the only time she uses it is when we go on holidays, which at the moment obviously is not very often. So I'm looking forward to So I might have a go and see whether maybe that might be the better option.
You got an Elgato game capture thing, don't you? Because I think that's what you need it for the camera.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. So I think I've got no, it's not an Elgato, it's a AV Media one.
Oh, that's
Which, so I might fiddle around with that tomorrow. Actually, Well, actually, not today. Yesterday, I've been spending time playing computer games instead.
Speaking of games, what games have you been playing?
I actually started and finished a game called Ace Combat 7 Skies Unknown. Because the other thing I got from my parents as a Christmas present was a Logitech 3D Extreme joystick.
Yep.
Great joystick. I played some Microsoft. Oops, hold on. Let me just. Move out of the way. Oh. All right. Let me just turn the background off.
Any helicopter games? You can play Warzone and jump in the helicopter.
No helicopter games, but yeah, that's what it looks
Oh,
like.
you change the layout around. You're in the other corner of the room now.
Oh no, I moved ages ago because when I got my 2 new desks, I moved.
Yeah. I remember you got your turn to the desk. Yeah.
So
set up since then.
Oh, okay. You haven't been over since then. Yeah. I've completely moved that setup around. Yeah, so I'm on the other side of my study now. So which works out good. There is other plans I have, but that's depending on approval of finances by Bank of Life. But I think reality is I need to sell some computer parts and then I can kind of go, well, actually, it's going to cost you nothing. I'm going to buy it, just FYI sort of thing.
I had a whole bunch of parts. I was just waiting for GPU prices to come down. I was like, well, not they're coming down anytime soon. I'll try and flog some of them off, recoup some of the money.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, mate, look, everything I'm reading is actually it's going to get worse.
Yeah.
Because of the fact is that, like one of the guys I talk to at work regularly at a dealer, bit the bullet and said, screw it, and just went and got a 3090. And I think he didn't do too bad. I think he paid. No, was it 3090 or 3080 Ti? No, I think it was a 3080 Ti. I think he paid 200, and then he water blocked it. But he's got like a nice 34-inch screen. He's got a 1080 Ti. And you realize that's like $700-800 GPU right now.
I saw one for sale for $500 the other day. I was like, oh, can I talk my wife into doing it?
Oh, shit. Yeah, but be careful.
Yeah, no, I'm getting too worried now. There's still people that aren't letting you test things and that. So I was like, yeah, nah. I was like, this afternoon, I saw a 3700X for $270. I was like, oh.
I saw that one, yeah.
Yeah. I was like thinking about it. I'm like, oh.
A bit of a chat to you about what we do with some of these spare parts.
Yep.
We'll discuss.
Yep.
It's because that 37. I saw that 3700X. I think it was 280 when I saw it.
Yeah. Maybe it was 280.
Maybe, yeah, and I thought, well, geez, that's not bad for a used 37 because the guy had upgraded to a 5950X.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, that must be the same one. Yeah, and I just thought, man, it's not bad. That's not a bad price for one.
Yeah,
and you could put that on your motherboard.
That's not. Yeah, pull it straight out, put it straight in. Might be able to swap the cooler over to a water one then. I still got that Silverstone one that you gave me. It's still sitting there. I was like, do I use it? Do I not use it?
The cooler.
Yeah. Haven't decided yet if I'll use it or not.
Yeah, either that or, mate, I'm telling you, like, if you find them at the right time, there's a Cooler Master one that's 240 mil.
Yeah.
And that I've seen it as low as $79. I've seen a couple of times. Look, before the end of this year was probably the time, the primo time to buy any of this stuff.
Yeah.
I think moving forward, it's not going to be pretty. I think we're going to see significant increases in prices of certain things. So,
I don't know much about the older cards, but I see like a lot of like 970s, like some of them are about $100, or you get 960s are about $100. 970s are still going to $250.
Wouldn't do it. So 970s are going to be
The only reason I say that because I got a DDR3 system there. It's got 12 gig of RAM and it's got a i5 3470 in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a full computer besides the graphics card. I think it's actually at the moment I think it's got like a HD 7950 or something. Or something that's like half a gig, maybe 1 gig. No good for playing games, but maybe like Roblox or something. But I was looking at something like an old 960 or something. I could punch that in and you might get a few $100 for the thing then. What you're looking for?
I just want to see 900 series.
Good night, Bush. Going to go playing some ranked Halo. I'll keep an eye out if you're streaming. We'll be able to rage you.
Yeah, mate, absolutely. Yeah, let us know if you stream, mate. We'll more than happy to come and raid you, mate. So here we go, 900 series. Okay, so to give you an idea, mate, like 900 series, you're talking a card now that is 8 years old.
Yep.
And that's the problem, I think, with some. I guess for what you're doing, absolutely. I reckon you could take the punt, but would I pay $250 for one?
No.
For a 970? No.
I wasn't, but I was like, how good's 960 or something? There's like $50 for a 550. I was like, oh, that's getting a bit old. I was like, what does that
550 you wouldn't go. There's no driver support for them. You can't. There's tons of games you can't play with it. But so I mean, I think Hardware. I think Jay's 2 Cents and Hardware Unboxed. A couple of channels have done, and I think even Gamers Nexus have done some testing with these 900 series cards right through the current 3000 series cards. And even grabbing I'm sure Steve did some testing when it was really quiet, and he said, and there were some where he said, you know what, it's actually not that bad playing on some of these older cards, but keeping in mind if you buy them, there were some cards he was like, nah, that's the cheapest I found, don't be buying that. I'm sure there was some stuff in the 900 series he was just like, no, don't do it. And even 1080 Ti's, I know I've read a couple of spots where there's reports of them failing, of just suddenly dying for no good reason. Like even if they've had a fairly, I don't know whether these are cards that have been just flogged, maybe mining in the old, in the first crypto run, or whether it's just they're getting to the age, because I think the 1000 series NVIDIA cards. No, where's my wiki? Come on, Mr. Wiki. There you are. Thank you. See, even the 10 series cards now are 5 years old. So they're starting to get, getting to the stage where there's no driver support. There's, but look, I think that those are still very serviceable cards.
Yeah.
And I mean, I put a 1030 in that free system I've got, but I missed an opportunity. I should have put that up for sale before Christmas, and it was just so much going on, I just didn't get around to it.
Yeah.
But I reckon if I'd put it up for, I don't know, $400 or something and said, hey, it's better than a console, it'll play Roblox, it'll play Fortnite, I'm pretty sure, on really low competitive settings. Play CSGO. It'll play some basic games like esports games, but even that 10 series, 1030, man, it's not. It's some of these old cards that you got, like you said, let's have a quick look. So, what were you saying? You were saying
a 960
GTX 960 versus a GTX versus GT30 1030. There we go. GPU user chip benchmarks. User rating. Oh, okay. No, I don't like that. What do we got? Let's do that in YouTube for a sec. Come on, Mr. Tubes. Let's go. 10:30. Okay, Assassin's Creed Unity. Just fairly old game now. Because the GTX 960's got only 2 gigabytes of GDDR5, but so does the 1030. Yeah, 960 though kicks its ass. Like I'm looking here, 35 versus 15 frames. Even at 1080p, it's going to stray. And all the guy's doing is walking. Oh my god, Red Dead Redemption 2. Oh god. Yeah, 960 is a much more powerful card. The looks of it.
Older card, please. That's what, yeah.
It's not bad. It's playing Red Dead Redemption 2 at like it's playable, 47 FPS, so it's still better than a console.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. Yeah. 1030 versus 960 used.
Yeah, there's a guy there doing it. Yeah. Anything 6 gig or over is the bloody fortune.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Tech by Matt. Is the GT 1030 worth it in 2021? I'm going to guess the answer to that is no. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. A 550, RX 550 versus a 1030. Oh, I've watched this video before. Here we go. Even the 550 is better, the RX 550, and that's actually not a massively expensive card if you can find them. Oh, here we go. Horizon, Forza Horizon. What are we getting here? 44, 48, 49. What would you pay for an AM? Let's go to our friends at Centacom and see what they got. What are we? Computer parts, and we're looking at graphics cards, and we're looking at AMD Radeon, and I'm going to go low, and we're going to go 60. Wow. Yeah. The oldest they go there is they got 6600s for $699. I mean, they've got old 5600 and a 5700 and a 5500 XT, but none of them in stock. No, if our mates at PC Kasky have got anything. Oh, man, they keep tempting me with this Red Devil 6700 XT for $12.99. That's actually a really good price for 6700 XT. Usually that's what you pay for a 6700. Graphics cards, here we go. AMD, AMD. Let's just do AMD graphics cards and we're going to go low. Oh, they got a 6600 for $679. What did I say that our mates at Centacom had? Oh yeah, it's not bad. For $699, they've got 6600 mech for $699, which Yeah, which is the same as, but they've got a lot more variety at PC Case Gear by the looks of it. And what about our mates at Sculptech? Unfortunately, these days they tend to be a tad on the expensive side. Our mates at Sculptech. Here we go. Let's go AMD and let's go load. Wow. Yeah. Wow. So they've got the same mech 6600 twin fan card for $749 there. So about $50 more expensive.
The difference between a 1660 Super and a RX 6600 XT.
Yeah. It's
They're practically the same price at the moment.
what's that 6600 and 6600 XT?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Well, maybe not the XT, maybe for 6600.
66. Oh no. Yeah, 6600 XT seems to be. Well, according to Sculptech, $150 more, and I don't think it's $150 more card. What about these guys? Let's go and have a look. Gaming Club. Ah, that's not bad, actually. Shopping Express have got an MSI 6600 XT mech for $799, so that's $100 more. That I would pay, but I wouldn't pay 150. No way, no. And then you start, you go up from there. I mean, you would actually, you know what? You would actually start to look. No, you wouldn't. Like, there's some 3060s here, but you wouldn't.
Over $1,000, aren't they?
Yeah, $1,000.
They're worth the extra $300 compared to a 6600.
No, Hardware Unbox has done a comparison, 6600 XT between that. Oh, here we go. Benchmarks for gamers. This guy's pretty good. He actually uses quite a good. I don't know how legit he is, but.
Even a 1050 Ti.
Wow, actually.
$400.
Okay, well that's one game. Okay, this is Avengers. FSR Ultra Quality 7360. Cyberpunk. This ought to be interesting. Yeah, Cyberpunk. Yeah, is about the same. Wow, actually, at 1080p, the 6600 is actually really good value.
That.
Like, I'm looking at the average frame rates here, and it's smashing the 3060. Flight Simulator. What's that guy? Oh yeah, 1080p. What do we got? pretty close on Flight Simulator. Most of the games are 6600X. Oh, here we go. Outriders. Pretty close in Outriders. Both of them are pretty close on that. Red Redemption 2. Yeah, pretty close on that. And then, Warzone. Here we go. It smashes it in Warzone by a good 20 frames, 22 frames, something like that. Well over 20 frames. And then at 1440p, it still beats it by just under 20 frames.
I don't know if I put the 1660 up for sale for $500, if anyone will take it, go pick up a 6600 for 700.
Yeah, and for $200, and yeah, you get a 6600, mate. Someone's silly enough to play it.
Yeah.
And you would smash the 1660 for gaming and stuff, 100%. Yeah, like Jay's 2 cents, interestingly enough, has one, and trying to play modern games on an 8-year-old PC. It's an interesting one, but So going back to the games, we kind of took a left turn at Albuquerque.
It took a hard left turn.
Yeah, a hard left turn at Albuquerque.
What's down this
But yeah, so I finished playing Ace Combat 7: Skies Unknown, which really nice graphics, great campaign, actually really interesting story. Got a bit of an interesting story and kind of realistic of this could happen in the real world type of thing. The only thing I didn't like about the game though is you only can use a Thrustmaster Hotas joystick with it. It doesn't have a profile to use the Logitech one, and I was like, "Are you for real?" So luckily, I used my Xbox controller. So I plugged it in here, and I just play it on that, and it played fine. I didn't mind it. I had it on super easy mode anyway because I wanted to get through the story. And as you progress through the story, there were a couple of times when it did get pretty hard. You had to try a mission more than once. And the other game, mate, I've been playing is Days Gone. I don't know whether you've heard of that one before.
I have heard of Days Gone before.
Yeah, so it's kind of a survivalist / zombie type game. I love it. Oh my god, it's so good. It's got the story's cool. I like the main character, who's a bikie, who's just, he's that diamond in the rough, heart of gold type of guy. He looks rough and tough, and but he's trying to do good in the world, and love it. You ride a motorbike around, shoot zombies, and you've really got to watch how much ammo you're using. You've when you come up against, and I still haven't defeated one yet, hordes, and it's hundreds and hundreds of zombies, and I nearly killed one horde from a vantage point where they couldn't get to me.
Yep.
And then, like a dickhead, I jumped off and fell and died of full damage.
Oh.
I'm like, no. And since then, every time I come across these hordes, I just do not have the firepower to kill them. And I'm pretty decently far into the game. So
yep.
Anyway, it's good fun. I love it. I really, really, really enjoyed that game. And it was apparently not that big on PlayStation, but since it's come out on PC, it's outsold Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah, I personally thought it was really good. Look, it can be. There's been the odd bug. I'm not gonna pretend there wasn't. But for the most part, it plays very, very well. Like, I love it. I really love it. Like, it's a cool game. So I did buy a couple of games when the sales were on. I did buy a few games. I bought,
Yep.
I did buy Valhalla.
Yep.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla, because I do want to play through that. I saw Noi play through that. I watched him a bit, and he played through it, and the story to me looked pretty interesting. So I thought, oh, you know what, I've got to finish Odyssey first. I've got to be disciplined and finish Odyssey first. And those Assassin's Creed games are really good on controller. They're a little bit harder on keyboard and mouse.
Yeah.
Just from blocking and jumping and doing bits and pieces. So yeah. But moving on from that, mate, SDC coin update.
Yeah.
Update time. Da-da-da.
Well, what we're going to do, probably do it next week. I'm going to get $1,000, and I'm going to do a fake account. We're going to get $1,000 and invest it into a few different coins, and we're going to watch the progress it goes over the next say 6 months. See how it goes, and then yeah, so we can see the rises and the falls of the crypto.
Oh, okay, actually buy some.
Yeah, well, not actually buy some, but say we bought some now and see like, say we put $1,000 in, and we'll see where that $1,000 went in 6 months' time.
Okay. Just to see, is it as volatile? Is it like shares where long term you have to look at it from a long term perspective?
Yep.
Or is it not?
And I think we're going to focus more on the gaming side than the crypto sort of side, like gaming sort of coins, stuff like that. I've done a little digging, but I haven't quite decided which few coins I want to definitely go for. There's like the Sandbox, like the game, and that there's a few other games. There's so many crypto games coming out at the moment. So many mobile ones as well. So
yeah, just
which are the good ones, which are the bad ones.
That's the difficult part. Is just looking at them and going, which ones are rug pulls and which ones.
Yep.
Do we know where our mates over at D-Race ended up?
Pretty good. I think they're still going because it wasn't because they'd made so much money in the thing. It'd be stupid of them just to rug pull it, because the amount of money that's been invested into it, it's going to be a long term sort of game. So
they generate a lot more money than what they're making out of it just as a rug pull.
Yeah.
Like, there's real potential there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. And what about our horsies? Have you been racing them?
No, we sort of took a back step because she wasn't winning as much as she was before Christmas. So then I stopped it. But what I was going to do is on the Stingray Dog Nights is because the racing is so quick, and you can do challenges on Twitch now. So you'll be able to use your points to bet on the horse. So we'll not say bet on the horse, but we can bet on the outcome. Say if the horse is going to come in the top 3 or not, and then you say yes or no. Predictions is what it's called. So you can put up some coins and then into the pool, and then maybe try and win some coins back.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do a bit of predictions on it now. See if we can get a bit more in viewer entertainment and bit more involvement.
Cool, and try and get some more interest.
Yep.
And so cool. All right. Well,
there's a few updates with Z Run come out too, and I think they're for the horses you can sell. You're going to be able to sell them back to them for the Z coins. I think it won't be as much, but like say if a horse is not doing well, you can give it back to the pool or something to get some money back. Yeah.
Any of our horses worth any money?
Not at the moment yet. Like most of them are for sale, and there's no bites yet. So I think they're just because there's so much with the breeding and everything. There's so many new horses coming in every day that the market's a bit flooded at the moment. So I think once they bring this in, they might help.
Oh, where people can give them back and they can burn them off.
Yep.
Okay, cool. What about yourself, mate? Have you been playing any games play anything over the holidays?
Not really. There was this blockchain game, Blanco's Block Party, that I sort of had a bit of a go. It wasn't maybe for like a couple of hours over a few days. It's not a bad game. It's like a sort of half. It's bit like Fall Guys. Like you're a little, and think of your character as an NFT, so you can change it and change his clothes and that. And there's like a little bit of a metaverse, and then there's a few little challenges, little games you can play. It hasn't been too bad. I might stream it. I might because we're going to do the shows every second week now to make it not as much tiring. Doing 2 shows a week every week gets a bit much.
Yeah, like especially for yourself because you prepare a lot of the SDC stuff yourself.
Yep.
and trying to get that ready, and it's very, very, very time consuming. So
Yep.
and yeah, so I absolutely understand that, and even for me, mate, like I'd love to be able to edit some videos together and all that, and
The time.
I think it's just the sheer enormity of the task.
Yeah.
That scares me. Is like, oh, okay, I have to do this, and I have to dedicate 4 or 5 hours to it. And
Yep. And then when you're doing 2 shows a week and you have to try and edit both of them away, so it's getting a bit much.
Exactly. All right, brother. Have you got anything else you'd like to tell our 2 viewers, which I think are you and me?
I think we know everything. There's nothing much going on. I think we'll be back next Thursday with the Stingray Dog, and then we're back with this show 2 weeks from today. Oh no,
In a fortnight, yeah.
yeah, we usually do it on a Tuesday, but I got my days mixed up.
I was like, oh, I'm so not ready for the show. And then you're like, maybe Thursday I was kind of possibly forgot. So
Yeah, because the wife she works Monday, Tuesdays, Fridays, but she didn't work this Monday. So when she went to work on Tuesday, for me it felt like a Monday. So yeah, she went to work. I was home, so I was like, plotting around. Took the girls down the shop, when I got some LED lights and stuff. So hang them up in their rooms. So they got some little pretty lights in there now. Until the warm day today, and one of them fell off. So I got
of course, yeah, from the heat, yeah.
Yep. So I got these little Velcro strips now that we're going to glue them up with.
Ah, sweet.
The little they seem to be working all right. The little command.
Oh yeah.
Command, yep.
All right, brother. Well,
all right.
Let's sign off the show. Peace out, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Can we raid anyone? Bush is. We can go watch Bush for a little bit.
Yeah, we can do that, mate. 1 sec. Let me go into my Twitch. Let's go raid party. Raid channel. What is it? Back.
I'm the Bush Maori or Māori.
I am
TheBushMaori.
Here we go. And then I'll stop our stream.
Turn the sound on too, so when we go to
And right now.
oh, loud.
All right. Peace out, everyone. Enjoy the Bush Maori.